Andy here. After a long wait, finally Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realm is ready for release. Today is the start of the pre-release weekend, and in 1 week's time is the official release of the set. Even though we already started having a good feel of the set in Magic Arena, which was released 1 week ago. Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, or better known as Dungeons & Dragons, have replaced the Summer Core Set edition and is the first full standard set crossover between Magic the Gathering and an IP, an intellectual property. Not a surprise that both games are owned by Hasbro. Previously we had only partial crossover. We had Godzilla in Ikoria, The Walking Dead and eventually Stranger Things in the Secret Lair products. Apart from its name, the theme and flavor of the set are related to the popular RPG role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons and features popular characters, locations, settings and references. But is it worth it to buy Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realm? For this Is It Worth It video, I will analyze and discuss 3 important factors: price, print run, and content value. Let's start with the price. Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realm is released in 5 different sealed products: draft booster boxes, set booster boxes, collector booster boxes, bundle, and pre-release kits. In terms of prices, here we are talking about a standard release set, therefore not seeing any price differences from the last standard release set. Draft booster boxes $105, $110, even though currently they are quite more expensive, but be aware of the allocation. Set booster boxes $115, $120, collector booster boxes $250, bundle are sold at around $35, and pre-release kits are sold at around $25, which include a Dice 20, not a spin down. As you can see, standard prices for sealed products. I know you can find them cheaper, but also you can find them more expensive, especially draft booster boxes. Personally, I wouldn't consider buying at a very high price. Wait for the allocation to end and then buy at a cheaper price. Print run. Being a standard release set, don't expect that print run will be different from any other standard release set. My estimation here is that print run can even be more due to the fact that we are talking about Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm sure that out there are a lot of Dungeons & Dragons players that wish to buy a Magic the Gathering product related to their beloved game. But when it comes to collector booster boxes, we are seeing a trend where print run is quite fixed. My personal opinion is that yes, print run of collector booster boxes will be fixed, but not low. On the contrary, I would estimate a little bit of a higher print run than the last collector booster box of Strixhaven. Content value. In terms of content value, apart from the Dungeons & Dragons theme, which in my opinion adds a little bit of value to the set is fully loaded with dragons. Tiamat, a 5-color legendary dragon god, which is the most expensive card. Then we have 5 legendary dragons, 1 for each color. The most expensive 2 are the green dragon, Old Now Bone, and the blue dragon, Limerick Desert Doom. 5 new planeswalkers, 1 for each color, captained in terms of value by Lord Spider Queen and Behemoth Grandmaster of Flowers. 2 legendary creatures perfect for Commander, Xanatar Kilkimpin and Minsk Beloved Ranger with his inseparable Hamster Bow. 6 particular cards which in my opinion will see a lot of play, especially in Standard. Demolish, a nice blue creature. Circle of Truth, a Gerscradil on a creature. Asmodeus the Archfiend, Treasure Vault, Acererak the Archlich, and the soon to be banned, which already is banned in Magic Arena Standard Rotation 2022, the Book of Exalted Deeds. All these and a couple of interesting rare cards like the classes, which there are 12, and uncommon cards will push for a healthy EV expected value, but be aware that current prices are high due to pre-release and allocation. My verdict: is it worth it to buy Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realm? I'm going to split my verdict into 3. Let's start with mass box opening or flipping singles, worth it 55%. Unfortunately, nowadays with the continuous price increase in sealed products and especially shipping costs, mass box opening is becoming extremely unprofitable. I wouldn't recommend opening a certain amount of boxes and flip the singles. Also, don't forget that the price of single cards will fall as much as boxes are being cracked. Draft and play, worth it 100%. Because of the Dungeons & Dragons crossover, characters, places, settings and myths, this is the perfect set to draft and play. Find 5 more players, 5 more friends, buy a draft booster box, share the cost, $20-25 each, wouldn't be that much of expensive. Draft the set, keep the cards and spend a nice evening enjoying battling each other. Collecting and investing, worth it 80%. This was the most difficult verdict out of the 3. Dungeons & Dragons, it's a standard set that doesn't offer anything extra. What I mean by extra, I mean that if we take a look at the last set released, Strixhaven had the Mystical Archives, Kaldheim had Snow Permanents, Zendika Rising had the Expeditions, and so on and so on. But Dungeons & Dragons doesn't have anything of such high demand cards except the ones in the set. The only thing that the set offers is the Dungeons & Dragons crossover, and that's why I consider this set worth it in terms of collecting and investing 80%, but I don't see any price increases for years. Leave me a comment below what you think about Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. Are you going to buy? You are not going to buy? You are going to skip this set? Maybe for Innistrad Midnight Hunt and Innistrad Crimson Vow? Who knows? And here's the subscription button. Subscribe for my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.